Hi, and thank you for joining us today. Today, we're going to talk about virtual and hybrid meeting options. My name is Josh Felix.
And I'm Richard Runge.
So let's dive into what does a virtual and hybrid meeting look like?
Well, thank you, Josh. Let's start by asking some questions about what we really want to accomplish during a virtual or hybrid event. First question we have to look at is what content is going to be streamed? Will it be the entire meeting, breakouts, and general session? Or maybe it's just the CEO's presentation you really want everyone to see. That's an important thing to talk about because that determines how much time is spent actually doing the streaming. Next is what's the destination? Where are we going to stream to? Our general suggestion is that we use the company intranet or company website. You probably already have access controlled with that so that your employees can either log in or log out. And so you'll know who's been able to come in and see the stream. We can do a totally separate website that we create to make it look like either the meeting website or make it look like your company website so that the content can be streamed there. And of course, we could always use social media, although generally there are some concerns about security and being able to secure who actually gets to watch the stream. And that really brings us to the next point of who's allowed to consume the content. Sometimes at our live meetings, we have customers, we have vendors, we have executives, we have other employees, and different people could be given access to different parts of the meeting. Another big question is, will viewers need to interact with the live meeting? Sometimes Q&A is a very important part of a live meeting. That can be accomplished in a hybrid or virtual meeting through text, or even pulling someone in with live audio and video to get their question asked and answered. And lastly, what's the viewer interface going to look like? What will people see? When they look at their computer screen, what will they see? How can that help bring them into the meeting? And what kind of information can we show on that interface? These questions we'll get into more detail about when Josh gives us some of those options.
Thank you, Richard. So now let's look at what are some of the streaming options out there from a non-heavy technical perspective and the add-on features to make your streaming the best experience for your attendees. Remember, watching a presenter or a keynote presentation is never the same as being in the room and feeling the energy of the room. But we're trying to recreate the feel and the experience as best as possible through the stream on someone's computer. So first, let's look at a basic general session and a breakout stream. This is a bare bones basic streaming, and it's simply just streaming whatever goes on the screens will be broadcast to the live stream. This is a very simple way of getting your content broadcasted. And from a step up from that is a more advanced setup stream for your general session is a separate video switch from what is being displayed on the screens in the room. In most cases, a medium or large size simple general session, they switch back and forth from the presentation graphics to the camera shot. Now this works well when you're in the room, but doesn't get the best experience for the viewer watching the stream. This more advanced method allows us to create a custom view for your live stream viewer. An example would be through a picture-in-picture method of having graphics and camera shots being shown at the same time. Also something to consider is what happens to your live stream audience while the general session is on break. This advanced stream option opens the door to playing commercials, ads, sponsor loops. We've done some streams where they've sold commercial space to the vendors in the expo and trade show. You should also consider graphic support, like lower thirds, branding, sponsors, and logos that can be displayed on this advanced stream. In most cases, additional audio is needed, like ambient mics, special background music, and a custom audio mix just for the streaming. Now, a more advanced breakout is very similar to the general session, but we have more of an all-in-one solution with a picture-in-picture style layout with branding and session information placed on a background slide behind the picture-in-picture windows. Now, with all those streaming methods that I've mentioned and laid out, we need to make sure we have a few assumptions of what is in the live room. First, we need some kind of audio so that every person is mic'd up who's presenting and all their sources are flowing to the live stream. As well as second, we need to make sure there's a camera in the room. And third, which is the most important thing, is we need a dedicated streaming hardwired internet line with 8 to 10 megs upload speed. Now, after your event is over, we can provide analytics about how many people viewed the stream, where did that traffic come from, and how long was the average viewer watching for. This is very important to see if you are reaching your audience and meeting your streaming goals. The last thing I want to talk about is the add-on features or the options to create the streaming environment for your audience. Additional cameras may be needed, additional content may be needed for your stream. And like what Richard was talking about earlier, where is your attendees going to view the stream? You might need a custom website or a conference microsite to be built. We can create these websites with login credentials, able to accept payment. And then what about hosting videos after the conference or the event is over? Almost like an on-demand video service like YouTube site. Does that need to be a custom website? We can handle that. Now, to kind of wrap things up, we know there's not a one-size shoe, or in this case, a perfect package to fit every event out there. Everything can be customizable and tailored for your unique event and for your attendee.
We hope that this at least answers some of your questions about the whole concept of hybrid meetings and streaming. Each meeting requires a custom solution to make sure that we capture exactly what you want to capture. We look forward to the opportunity to sit down with you and discuss that and come up with a solution that meets your need and gives you the best meeting possible. Thank you very much for your time.